Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Gems of Knowledge. So today I am here with another video on the topics quadrilaterals. So today we are going to study about the introduction on quadrilaterals. So this introduction is very important to study because without this introduction part we are unable to understand the exercises which are present into the quadrilaterals chapter. Okay, so before wasting our time, let's quickly start video. So you all know the drill. To click on the subscribe button and also on the notification bell to get the notification as soon as I post my new videos. So let's start here. So the first thing what we need to know is what is quadrilateral. So the quadrilateral is nothing but it is a figure formed by joining 4 points in order. So a figure which is formed by joining 4 points in an order is called as quadrilateral. So here you can see a basic rough diagram I have drawn which represents a quadrilateral. Here you can see it is formed by joining 4 points. These are the 4 points, that is A, B, C and D. These are 4 points and this is a figure which has been formed by joining 4 points which is in order. So A, B, C and D, this is in order, and the figure formed by joining all 4 points in order is called as quadrilateral. Okay, so this quadrilateral has 4 sides. As you can see, it has 4 sides. It has 4 angles, angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D, and it also has the 4 vertices. That is 4 vertices are nothing but these points, that is A, B, C and D. Okay. So the next thing what we need to study here is about the angle sum property of a quadrilateral. So according to this property, the statement here is the sum of all the angles of the quadrilateral is 360 degree. So when we add all the angles here, that is angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D, we need to get the result as 360 degree. Okay, so let us prove this, how this is possible. So you can see a proof over here. So let A, B, C, D be a quadrilateral. So let this A, B, C, D be a example of the quadrilateral and AC be a diagonal. So this AC is a diagonal which represents into this quadrilateral. Okay, so you can see here when we draw this AC here, this quadrilateral is divided into 2 triangles. Okay, so let us consider one triangle here. Okay, so here you can see first triangle is DAC, okay, this triangle, and the second one is ACD, this part, okay, this angle, and ADC, okay, this angle. So these 3 angles together, okay, you can see this angle along with this angle and this angle. Okay, we know that all the sum of all the 3 angles of a triangle will be equals to how much? 180 degree. Okay, let us keep this as equation 1. Now similarly, we need to consider one more triangle, that is CBA or ABC we can say. We need to consider this triangle. So we can write CAB, that is CAB, this angle. Okay, then ACB, this angle, ACB, this angle, and then ABC, we can say this angle. So all these 3 angles will be equals to 180 degree again, that is equation 2. Now we need to add both the equations, that is adding equation 1 and 2 we will get. What we will get here is we need to add all this. This is as in the right side of the equals to, we need to add this into the right sides. Okay, so you can see here 180 plus 180 here you will get on the right side, and the left side whichever angles are present will be written as it is. So you can see DAC plus ACD plus ADC plus this one CAB plus ACB plus ABC, which is equals to this 2, 180 plus 180. Okay, so you can see here is DAC plus, we will bring closer, you can see DAC, this angle, plus CAB, we will get this angle closer. Okay, so then we will get ACD, this angle, ACD, that is ACD, this part, this angle ACD plus ACB. Okay, plus the remaining one ADC plus ABC, which is equals to 180 plus 180 will be how much? 360 degree. Now we can see here DAC plus CAB. So DAC, this angle, plus CAB, this angle, will make this complete angle. So directly we can write DAB. This one we can write it as DAB plus ACD, that is this ACD, this angle, plus ACB, this angle. Okay, so both this angle completely will make the angle DCB, this complete angle DCB. Okay, so instead of writing this two, I have written it as DCB plus ADC will be as it is, plus ABC will be as it is, which is equals to 360 degree. Now directly I can write angle A plus angle C here, angle C, plus angle D plus angle B is equals to 360 degree. When we rearrange these, we will get angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D will be equals to 360 degree. So we have proved our statement, that is the sum of all the angles of the quadrilateral is how much? 360 degree. So we have proved it. Okay. Okay, so the next thing what we need to study here is nothing but the types of quadrilateral. Okay, so there are 6 types of quadrilaterals. The first one here is the trapezium. So what is a trapezium? A figure which contains one pair of opposite side parallel is called trapezium. So this is an example for the trapezium, and you can see this is a figure which contains one pair of its opposite sides as parallel. So here you can see this AB and this DC are parallel to one another. Parallel in the sense they are in such a position that if you extend these two lines, they are not going to meet each other at any point. Okay, they are just parallel. Those lines are nothing but called as parallel lines. Okay, so what is the condition for quadrilateral to become a trapezium? It should be one pair of opposite sides must be parallel. So this is the condition for a quadrilateral to become a trapezium. Okay, so second one is parallelogram. So you can see a figure where both pairs of opposite sides of quadrilateral are parallel. So this is a figure where you can see both pair of opposite sides. Okay, so here you can see what is a parallelogram. So a figure where both pairs of opposite sides of quadrilateral are parallel is known as parallelogram. So it is a figure where you can see both the pairs of opposite sides. Okay, so this PQ and SR are opposite sides, and these two opposite sides are parallel to each other, whereas this PS and QR are also opposite sides to each other, and these are also parallel to each other. So it is called as parallelogram. Okay, a figure where both the pairs of opposite sides, these two pairs as well as these two pairs, they are parallel to each other. All the opposite sides are, both pairs of opposite sides are parallel to each other. So that is called as parallelogram. Okay. Okay, so you can see the next one here. Next one is nothing but rectangle. This is a type of quadrilateral. Okay, so where you can see in a parallelogram, if one of its angle is right angle, then it is called as a rectangle. If any one of the angle is here in a parallelogram, what is parallelogram? Actually, the parallelogram is nothing but where both the opposite sides, okay, both the pairs of opposite sides must be parallel. So that is nothing but a parallelogram. So according to a rectangle, it must be a parallelogram where one of its angle must be equal to right angle. So here you can see the angles are not right angle. Okay, they are either more than 90 degree or they are here less than 90 degree. So it should be to become a rectangle, the one angle must be at least of 90 degree. Then only this parallelogram is said to be called as rectangle. Okay, so the next one is rhombus here. So the parallelogram whose all sides are equal. So your rhombus is exactly equal to square where all the sides must be equal. So the parallelogram whose all sides are equal, this is nothing but known as rhombus, whereas your the square also holds the same thing. Instead it holds a one more thing here addition to your rhombus, that is, here you can see in square a parallelogram whose all sides as well as all angles are equal. Okay, a parallelogram whose all sides and all angles are equal, it is said to be a square here. Whereas in the rhombus only the condition is all sides must be equal, whereas here angles will not be exactly equal. But here the square, for the condition of square, the along with the sides the angles must also be equal. Okay, so the last one is very special type of quadrilateral, that is nothing but a kite. So a quadrilateral whose two pairs of adjacent sides are equal. So you can see what are the adjacent sides. Adjacent sides are nothing but the neighboring sides. Okay, so here AD is equal to DC and AB is equal to CB. So by the figure itself you can identify these two are equal sides, whereas these two below one are the equal sides. Okay, so for a quadrilateral to be kite, its adjacent sides must be equal. Two pairs of adjacent sides must be equal. Then only we can call that quadrilateral as a kite. Okay, so here you can see a note has been given. The first one is square, rectangle and rhombus are all parallelogram. So first one condition here is the square, rectangle as well as rhombus are all parallelogram. So why this is a parallelogram? So what is the condition of the parallelogram? So according to parallelogram, its opposite sides must be equal. So in square, rectangle as well as rhombus, you can see the opposite sides are equal. Okay, so the second one here is a square is a rectangle and also a rhombus. Square is a rectangle. Why? Because you can see in the rectangle we will get opposite sides will be equal. So in square also the opposite sides will be equal, whereas in rhombus also you can see the square is also a rectangle and also a rhombus, where because it is a rectangle just because its opposite sides will be equal. It is a rhombus just because in case of rhombus what happens? All the sides are equal. So in square also we will get all the sides will be equal. Then a parallelogram is a trapezium. So what is a trapezium? Where opposite side, one of the opposite side will be one pair of opposite side will be equal in case of trapezium. So in parallelogram we will get both the pairs of opposite sides will be equal. So we can say that a parallelogram is also a trapezium. Okay, then a kite is not a parallelogram. The kite is not a parallelogram because parallelogram means one pair of opposite sides will be equal. Whereas in kite we will get the adjacent sides will be equal. Okay, so we can say that kite is not a parallelogram. Next one, a trapezium is not a parallelogram. A trapezium is not a parallelogram because in trapezium what happens? Only one pair of opposite sides will be equal. But for a parallelogram we need both the pairs of opposite sides to be equal. Okay, so a parallelogram is a trapezium, but a trapezium is not a parallelogram. Okay, then a rectangle or a rhombus is not a square. A rectangle cannot be square because you can see that in square we need all four sides to be equal. Okay, but in rectangle we will not get all four sides to be equal. In rhombus what happens? We will get all four sides to be equal, but we will not get all the angles to be equal. For square what we need? All the sides must also be equal, whereas all the angles must also be equal. Okay. Okay, so the next thing what you need to know here is about the properties of a parallelogram. Okay, so the next thing what you need to know here is about the properties of a parallelogram. So the first one is a diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two congruent triangle. Okay, so as you can see, I will draw a parallelogram over here. Okay, this is an example for a parallelogram. Okay, and if I divide this, you can see here this is nothing but the diagonal of the parallelogram. Okay, so as soon as I draw this diagonal, this parallelogram is divided into two triangles. You can see this is one triangle and this is the second triangle. So this is the first property of the parallelogram, that is a diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two congruent triangles. Okay. Second one is in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal. So in a parallelogram, the condition is this side is equal to this side and this sides will be equal to this side. The opposite sides will be equal. Okay. Then the third condition here is if each pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral is equal, then it is a parallelogram. So we can say this is the reverse of this one, second one. If each pair of opposite side, if these opposite sides, if these two are equal and these two are equal, then only we can say that it is a parallelogram. So this one, the third property is nothing but the converse of this second property. Converse is nothing but the exactly reverse of this property. So what is this property, second one? In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. So just now we have seen the opposite sides to be equal. So in the third property it has been mentioned that if the opposite sides of a quadrilateral is equal, then we can say that it is a parallelogram. Okay, then fourth one, in a parallelogram opposite angles are equal. So in a parallelogram the opposite angles will be equal. This angle will be equals to this angle, whereas this angle will be equal to this angle. The opposite angles will be equal. Okay, this is the fourth property. So exact converse of that one is exactly reverse is if in a quadrilateral, suppose this is a quadrilateral, if each of the opposite angle is equal, if each opposite angles are equal, then we can say that it is a parallelogram. This is exactly converse of this fourth one. Fifth one is exactly the converse of this fourth one. Okay, the next one is the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Suppose I have drawn two diagonals here. Okay, so this is one diagonal and one more diagonal I have drawn like this. So you can see here, as I have drawn the two diagonals here, you can see each diagonal is cutting the other diagonal. So this diagonal is cutting this diagonal. This diagonal is cutting this diagonal. Okay, into equally half part. So we can say that the diagonals of the parallelogram bisect each other. Bisect in the sense cut into two equal parts. Okay, so the next one is if the diagonals of the quadrilateral, if these diagonals of the quadrilateral bisect each other, then we can say that it is a parallelogram. This one is exactly the converse of this one. Okay, and the last one is a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if a pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel. So this quadrilateral is a parallelogram if the pair of opposite sides, if these two opposite sides and these two opposite sides are parallel to each other and also equal to each other. Okay, so I hope everything is cleared here. The angle sum property, then the types of quadrilaterals as well as the properties of parallelogram are clear to you. If you are having any doubts regarding this, you can comment me down below. I'll definitely answer to your question. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back with another video. So till then, stay tuned and stay connected. Thank you.